Okay. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. حسبنا الله لا إله إلا أنت عليك توكلنا وأنت رب العرش العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت أرحم الراحمين. آمين. والحمد لله رب العالمين. We have been studying the story of Moses, which is everywhere in the Quran. And we just started studying it from his life experience in babyhood. But we always say that we study the story, but we have to refer the story to our real living experiences. So we studied the verse 28, 12, 13 before, and then now we discussed upon the verse 20, 13 on, especially the beginning of it, just one last verse was interesting. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one, which says, وقالت امرأة فرعون قرة عين لي ولك ولا تقتلوه عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه ولدا وهم لا يشعرون. We studied all of it, but وهم لا يشعرون is translated here. They did not realize what they were doing. If we refer the case to the story, we have to say that they were not aware of the future, which is quite normal. It is not to be blamed. But the Quran refers to something obvious in our life, but in fact teaches us something deeper than what the story is all about. It's within itself as a story. What does it mean here? وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. We understand that they are not aware of the reality of their feelings, their thoughts. They are not aware of it. They are not conscious of it, because the responsibility for us from the beginning of the story that we started studying, the Quran says God revealed to the heart, to the mind of the mother of Moses, وَأَوْحَيْنَا, wahy, revelation. And we said, look, all the feelings, understandings, etc., all our human side is nothing but direct revelation from God. We studied that. We said, what does it mean? Because our human side, which is called human soul is the created, manifested form of God's qualities in us in order to acknowledge the source of their existence, which means in order to acknowledge that they are given to us by our Creator, so that we will understand which kind of qualities our Creator has. These are the tools for us. Now, although the wife of Pharaoh says, uh, let us enjoy the reception of this baby. He is beautiful or lovely. Every baby is beautiful and lovely. And asks Pharaoh, don't kill him. And we discussed the meanings there. What does it mean? The Pharaoh kills the baby. Of course, kills the reality of the baby and make him, or by killing means making him not to be aware of his own reality. So, as a human being, he would be dead. That's what we understand from it. But physical killing is not for us because there is no Pharaoh who is killing us physically, slaughtering us or whatever in any way, giving an end to our life. It is not our subject here. And the Quran is not really going to tell us the story that what the Pharaoh was killing people. What does it represent? We said. What does Pharaoh represent? What does killing represent? And how I can refer this kind of events to myself. So don't kill him. He may be of use to us. We said, okay, let's educate him. We said that in the uh, palace household, educate him according to our values. Or we may adopt him as a son. It means really we can not only educate him according to our values, but also we can authorize him to the power to exercise what we taught them. So Quran says they didn't realize what they were doing. وهم لا يشعرون. They were not aware of all these imaginations, all these feelings, all these expectations, hopes are from the Creator. They thought they were planning it, they were doing it. Isn't that the case for us? Yes, of course. We plan and we say, I am planning my life. But we will study in the following verse. Let's go to the following verse now. فأصبح فؤاد أم موسى فارغا. It's very interesting. The next day, because she left the baby on the river with no protection. As far as the material conditions of the creation are concerned, there is nothing which is protecting the baby. So the next day, in the following time, an aching void, emptiness, grew up in the heart of the mother of Moses. It means a vacuum in her heart. I don't know what to do. Now, it is human. This instinct is given to us by our Creator. Within the conditions of this universe, as far as the order of the universe, the way the functioning of the universe is concerned, we may find no point of resort that we can trust. We cannot know what to do physically. Of course, that causes worry, that causes helplessness in human beings. And she would indeed have closed all about him. Yeah, she would say, oh, there is only one thing that I will just cry out, my baby is in the river. And of course, the story says then the authorities will get to know, and the baby will be harmed, killed. That is the story says. It means, as far as the material causes are concerned, she had no hope. But the Quran says, had we not endowed her heart with enough strength to keep alive her faith, it means she also has other side of the instinct that, look, yes, I cannot know any way that I can uh, attempt in order to save my son in the causal chain of the order, but I must realize that it is important. I must realize that this order of the universe has an owner. If you like, the reins of the order of the universe are in the hands of the one who established the order. At the same time, he is the one holds the reign of the order of the universe, who gave me this sense of fear, of hopelessness, and I have to acknowledge the reality, the fact that I have to go back to him, saying, oh, my creator, you created me with the desire to protect the baby, although protecting the baby is not going to benefit her at all, because that instinct, they call it, the materialists call it instinct. We call it human qualities, the qualities of the soul, because they are not happening instinctively. It means just naturally by itself. No, they are given to us these senses, those so-called instincts are given to us by our creator. So they are the signs that the creator is aware of what is going on in our life, in our existence. So I have to utilize them and try to become aware of the reality that these senses also have their owners, as the one who keeps the reins of the universe, order of the universe. He is the one who keeps the reins of my senses. So, look, there is nothing, as far as I know, for a solution to save my child, because I am given the sense of saving my child, protecting my child, but I am helpless. Oh, my creator, please respond to the need of this sense, because this sense is given to me by you as well. So this sense of hopelessness, helplessness, is given to me in order to turn back to you. Excuse me. In order to understand that you are the, I am going to use an Arabic word, the Quranic word, qadiyul hajat, who are the executor, accomplisher of all our needs. So I can turn to you. That is what the Pharaoh and his wife didn't realize, but his mother, Moses' mother, realized that. That's what we said. Had we not endowed her heart with enough strength to keep alive her faith in us, it means لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So, in fact, the translation it doesn't make it clearly to keep alive her faith, doesn't make it. But those of us know Arabic, a little bit Arabic. We don't have to be an expert on Arabic. You will understand. They will understand that this expression لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, so that she will be one of or among the believers. One of the believers or among the believers. مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. It means this vacuum in her heart makes her lose her strength in herself. She said, I cannot do it. You see, the baby is in the river. I cannot really get it anymore. So, but this sense is given to me by my Creator to save my child again. But now I am totally helpless. So, I have to turn back to the owner of this sense, creator of this sense, and ask him to give me a guidance, to show me a way, so that she will put her trust in the creator of this need, this sense of need to protect the baby. Look at the case now. There is no material benefit in her struggle to keep the baby alive. Because if the baby is alive, what kind of benefit is she going to gain? Nothing. Just she is acting as she was created with these needs, with these senses. You understand, it's a beautiful balance here. When we are completely in despair, we cannot do anything now. That is the time to realize that, yes, you cannot execute anything what you want, but whatever you want is given to you, that desire to get whatever you want is given to you by the Creator. The purpose of this sense in you is given to you in order to turn back and become one of the believers in God's dominion over everything, his power over everything, his wisdom, his knowledge over everything, his mercy over everything. Turn back to him now. He will fulfill it. He will do it. But we can turn to God. We have to know here. We have to open a parenthesis here. We know that I am in need. God is not obliged to do what I want. God does, the Creator, by definition, acts freely according to his wisdom, not according to my wisdom, not according to my expectations. By the way, my expectations are given to me in order to be used as a tool to turn back to the Creator and acknowledge him. But he is not a created being, a needy being like me. Otherwise, he wouldn't be the creator of me. So by definition, we understand that the one who created me acts according to his infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom. My knowledge, my wisdom is restricted to my life experiences here, according to the conditions that I can perceive here, I can see here. So when I turn to God and say that, oh God, you gave me the need to protect the baby in this specific case, but you can generalize it. You gave me the need for anything. You are the one who is going to fulfill it, satisfy it. That is what this part of the story reminds us, and we have to keep this principle in us. Every living conditions are given to us. In the language of the Quran, it says test. Test whether you will use it or not utilize it. Whether you will utilize it or not utilize it. That is, from one aspect, looks like test. But in reality, through this test, we are given the opportunity to exercise our reality so that we will be in need of anything, not only one thing, anything, and through our need, we will feel the necessity to find out a point of reference to get satisfaction for our needs. Where can I find the satisfaction point of reference now that I will say, you can satisfy me? Can I say, water in river, please answer my prayer or my request? Water doesn't listen to you. Please, basket, the chest the mother has put the baby on. Please protect my child. Basket doesn't respond. It doesn't have any consciousness. So what she should do? Who put me in this position will take care of it. And remember, and then we are expected to remember, to understand, to realize that we are created beings and all the feelings are given to us by the one who created us. So their purpose in being in us to be used to realize, to understand what our reality is. We are dependent. Through dependency, we need our needs to be satisfied. And through this need, we have to look for the point of support in order to get satisfaction. And the point of support is not within the universe. We have to understand that point of support is not within the universe. But there must be a point of support because I am created with this need. So the point of support can only be the one who created me with this need. That is the mentality we have to educate throughout the story of Moses. We have to always keep in mind that in the language of the Quran, Beliya, fitna, this kind of words are used and translated as testing. To be tested in order to pass the exam? No. Testing means giving me the opportunities. Through these opportunities, I will make a right decision which is appropriate to my nature, the way I am created, the primordial disposition, human to primordial disposition. They say, I don't know, this word is a very commonly used word or not. It means how we are created in our original existence, without being distorted by our egoistic caprices. Now, we have to go back to our reality and find out the way of solution. We can understand that only the one who can answer to my requests. That is, the test is only giving me the opportunities so that I will use them with my free will. Which one I am going to use them, I am free there. the test is there. But this through the means of this test, I am really given the opportunity to realize what my reality is. I am given the opportunity to realize who my owner is. What is the point of support for me? There is no point of support in the universe. Everything is independent. You know the famous saying, if there is a point of support, I will really move the earth from its orbit. That is correct, but there is no point of support in the universe. There is no point of support in the universe for our feelings either. We have to understand there is all the universe itself altogether is in need of a point of support in order to exist, in order to act and as they are acting. They cannot act by themselves. They need a point of support. This is the physical world. Human beings also need a point of support in order to get satisfaction, in order to get for their senses to be satisfied. Now, this is the only way to become one of the believers in God. Of course, we know that to believe in the Quran, if it is not referred specifically to false beliefs, if it is left blank, no. One of the believers, that means we have to fill in the gaps now. That means believe in God, the Creator, the one who owns us, who creates us, who is really educating us here. So believe in God. It means لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Now, what we got from this two verses, one of them is وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. So they were not aware of their feelings. They think that they are arranging their life. That is very true for me as well. I am ashamed of myself. I admit here, I confess. I am ashamed of myself. I reminding myself that, look, وَهُوَ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. I try to make plans. But if I do this, that will happen. Okay, I have to do it, but I have to be aware that وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. God is the one who is the best planner. So I have to connect my sense of planning, my sense of need of planning for my life to my God's the best planner. So it means that I shouldn't really, this understanding shouldn't lead me to the understanding that I shouldn't do no plan. No. While I am planning, I should understand that whatever I am seeking for a solution for my need is given to me by God, and the answer is going to be given by my God again. So I am only asking my God. I am only asking my God to fulfill my needs. Even in our simple daily life, this is a very tragic event Moses' mother is going through now, but in our very practical life, for example, I am hungry. I say, what should I do? Of course, I am giving the sense of I should go and get something from the garden or from the market nowadays. I mean, gardens are far away from us. So, or go to the kitchen if there is something, mix this one with another one, put on the fire or in the oven and cook them, etc. Look, I'm planning to answer my need. But in fact, while I am all doing this, I have to be conscious that all these senses given to me, how should I find my food? From the very beginning, I feel that I need food. That is one thing given to me. If I lose my consciousness, I wouldn't feel it. It means it is given, it is a sense given, which is given to me. And also, I'm not going to the meaningless places that there is no food there. But I am choosing where the food is. And I am planning how to make the food, how to fix the dinner for myself. All these senses are given to me by my creator. It means he is the real planner for us. That is what we are expected to do, to be conscious of my reality. Now, here comes here the following. Now, look at the following verse. قالت أخته قصيه فبصرت به عن جنوب وهم لا يشعرون. Again, now be careful, she said to his sister Moses. The mother said to Moses' sister, it means she must have another child, sister, follow him. So she watched him from a distance. Of course, the story says while they are not conscious of the reality, it means while the Pharaoh and all the palace household members are not aware that she is Moses, baby Moses' sister. Okay, but of course, this is the story. But what we get out of this story, again, the same thing. They don't know that she is, it means Moses' sister or Moses' mother telling his sister to follow him from a distance. Qussi means Qassa, Qussi. It means we know that Qussi is telling a story. Huh? Qassa. Qasas is the plural. So Qasas is the plural. But Qussi is an imperative form of it, whatever it is. But we understand that stories means something to be followed, because the original meaning of Qassa is to follow. So we are reading the Qissa of Moses. It means we have to follow the meaning as appropriate to our case. We not to learn the Qissa. Learning the story is no good for what shall I do? I know every details what happened to Moses. So, okay, Moses did this, mother did this, his sister was in this position, and they were very clever, etc. The sister was clever, didn't let them notice what she was doing. What shall I do? I always ask this question whenever I read any story from the Quran. I say, why do you tell me this? Oh, my Creator. There must be something in it to be followed for me. It must take lesson from it, apply it to my real case. So that is the technical side of the word. Anyways, it attracted my attention because comes from the storytelling. The same word is translated also in English, telling a story. So follow him. So she just followed him from a distance so that they didn't notice. It means while they are not conscious of the reality, what is going on, it means those people who are not one of the believers, they don't realize that everything's arranged by the owner of the order of the universe, owner of the human senses. So who is the creator, who is the educator, who is the uh, organizer, establisher of this system of existence, giving existence to everything according to his own will. So they don't realize it, but Moses' mother realizes, because she, by definition, what she was doing under the guidance of uh, God, it means by realizing that this sense is given to him by God, so God must fulfill it. And whatever comes to her mind, she is aware that this is from the Creator. So anytime, oh, this may be the solution. I can ask his Moses' sister to go and follow and make sure that he is safe. And he's an litakune minal mu'minin. Don't forget, in order to become one of the believers, or in order to become among the believers, believers in God, it means she's aware, but Pharaoh and his wife is not aware. We shouldn't lose ourselves in the story and they are told that the Pharaoh's wife was a believer. I don't know, none of my business. But وهم لا يشعرون, whom means they. They means here uh, referring to the Pharaoh's householding, including her. She is not denier, but she may not be aware of it. I don't know. None of my business to pass a judgment about the women in the Pharaoh's household. It's not my concern at all. I don't care to say, to declare that no, she is here so that she is not a believer. None of my business. What am I going to do by passing a judgment? This is, to me, useless, waste of time to argue about it. Whether she was a prophet, she was a virtuous lady, I don't know. Anybody can be anything, none of my business. But what I pay attention to, the teaching of the Quran, my God, how can I benefit from it? That is my main concern. So again, Shu'ur comes back again, the second time. They were not aware of it. They were not aware of it. It means Pharaoh, excuse me, Moses' mother and Moses' sister are aware of it. Now, can I get a rhetoric question to say, what is Moses' mother's name? Another ridiculous question. Does Moses not have a father? Where is he in this story? Yeah. What are you going to do with it? If the story included the father figure, in order to play a role in the scenario so that it will help me, definitely the constructor of the story, it means speechwriter of the story, the scripture writer of the story would give a role to him, because story is not the point. I am emphasizing on it because it is so important that very, very great scholars spend a lot of time to complete this story. What am I going to do with it? Whatever I am told, I have to take my lesson from it and apply it to my reality. So here, the Quran doesn't mention the name. Well, maybe somewhere else, but Quran doesn't mention about his father. And after a certain stage of the story, even the mother's name is not mentioned at all. It means the figures themselves in the story, in the structure of the story, are not important. Try to get your lesson. That is what they are doing. That's what I believe, that this is the best way of benefiting from the teachings of the Quran. So again, the verse carries on, 12. Yeah. وحرمنا عليه المراضع من قبل فقالت هل أدلكم على أهل بيت يكفلونه لكم وهم له ناصحون. Now, this is the original language of the Quran, and we caused him to refuse the nurses. Now, what does it mean? Again, the same thing. Babies eat this, not to eat that. At a stage, babies cannot eat anything. They only drink milk. And also milk is prepared in the breasts of the mother. All of these elements that we are witnessing in life are caused by God. وحرمنا. Who is حرمنا? We caused him to refuse. It means we prohibited him. Who? We, the speaker in the Quran. Who is the speaker in the Quran? Our Creator. That is the definition of the Quran. So God says, we arranged everything. What I understood from we, sometime ago, quite a while ago, somebody asked why God says we, as if plural. No, we know that it is not the case, the plural. But what I am convinced about the language of the Quran, sometimes he says I, sometimes he says he, sometimes the Quran says we. So according to the context, it has all these pronouns have a specific meaning. What is most convenient, convincing option for me is when an event is referred to many layers of manifestations of God's names, qualities, he draws our attention to that. For example, here, God's power, God's originator as to be the father, Father. In Arabic original, it means originator, giving an original existence, nothing alike with anything else. So his knowledge, his wisdom, his mercy, all of this, his design, his planning. So his measurement perfectly, the mother's breast is filled with milk, with enough nourishment in it, prepared and perfectly measured, arranged. The baby comes, milk comes. Come on. One must be really mad, insane to claim that this is just a development of accident. Why? No, adaptation of the environment. What is adaptation? What is adapting itself to the environment? It is ridiculous. It is disgusting now. It makes me feel sick with this kind of ideas. So these are all arranged with different, if you like, combinations of the names of God. So God speaks on behalf of many manifestations of the names and draws our attention that, look, in this instance that I am speaking, I am giving you as an evidence to my power, to my quality, has many different qualities in it. Names, Quran says names. We say that name is not really clearly understood in English language. So qualities. We are used to saying in the name of God, in the name of God. But those people who are not accustomed or acquainted with the religious language when say name, or excuse me, what is your name? My name is Ali. This kind of things they know. So name of something. It's stuff which is called chair or which is called something paper. Here there are some things here in front of me. So chair or a pencil, a book. That's the name of the pencil. Not like that. Qualities of the Creator. So this kind of language, for example, is used. It is a very general usage, by the way. If the president of a country makes a speech, they say, we decided, because the president is a created being, cannot decide himself. He has counseling council. He has his own council. He has his own ministers. And whatever the representative of the state, I don't know, something, taking care of the financial affair, taking care of the commercial affair, taking care of the defense affair, on home security, health center, health issues, all these, for example, maintenance of the country, lots of different ministers he has, and they all decide. President speaks on behalf of all these people, all these, I would say, institutions. This is how the word works. When he says, we decided. But some crazy presidents put aside them, it's exceptional cases, but reasonable president says, we decided. It doesn't, I decided. Everybody will say, you decided according to what? According to my consultation, according to my information. And also, I'm going to execute it, not you alone. But when the president, for example, treats a particular case within his power, he doesn't say particular case within his presidency power only. He uses, I want this. I want this. But when it is something to do whole administration of the country, it says we. So when God refers to his own will to choose, he says, I. When he refers to many dimensions, many different manifestations of the name, at different levels, he uses in the Quran, we. We have to be aware of it. That's what I understood from. So it is we who caused him to refuse. It means the child. For example, can you give ordinary food you and I eat at this age to a baby? What the baby does? Vomits. Throws away. Throws it. Cannot do it, or chokes. Who is arranging this? But 1 year later, the baby is going to eat it. It's going to eat some food, not the milk anymore. Maybe the baby will refuse the milk. According to what? Who is deciding? Who is arranging? God says, we caused him to do this. It is we. Be careful. You cannot attribute that, this baby is so smart. He knows, he or she, doesn't matter. She is so smart. She knows that she doesn't have teeth. She cannot chew it. That's why she prefers not to eat. No, she doesn't prefer. It is direct arrangement by her creator. That's what the Quran says here. We caused them to refuse. The nurses. It means drink this, don't drink that. That is the source of decision coming from God's many, if you like, aspects of his names manifesting there for many other reasons. So take your lesson, try to understand it, and until his sister came and said, look, the story is past suddenly. How did she approach the palace? Well, it's not the point, because she is from the children of Israel. Moses is from the children of Israel. And Pharaoh's palace hates children of Israel, and they want to kill the babies there so much so that they enslave them and they just exploit them as much as they can, and they look down at them. They don't see them as human beings. These are just like, you are familiar with this language here in the United States. Foreigners, or not the foreigners, they use that kind word, undocumented immigrants. So, okay, they're slaves. They are undocumented immigrants. so his sister kept, shall I point out to you? The story doesn't tell them. How did she get into the palace? Oh, it's not the point. It is not our concern. So we have to understand. Shall I point out to you the family of a house that will rear him for you? Okay. Do you think the Pharaoh's householding need an advice from a child who is very despised in their eyes? Everything is arranged by the Creator. That is the point. So that this family is going to take care of him and will be careful of him. It means really protect him. They will really protect him, give him a nasiha. It means really take care of his needs. We understood that? Shall we go further? Everything is arranged by God. As far as the order of the universe, by following the order of the universe, we really cannot know what is to come in the second, not only day, but second moment. We don't know. But we are given the wisdom. But what is the purpose in this wisdom, given wisdom in us, to get to know who is giving it to us? That is the training. That is the opportunity. Whether we use it or we lose it, that's up to us. That's an option. That's how I might always put in the position to make a decision between two options. One of them, own it to and appropriate it to myself, or appropriate it to the universe itself, appropriate it to the matter. Or the other option is appropriate these qualities, whatever we are experiencing here, to the one who is the creator of the universe. So, we are doing nothing but whatever is installed in us. That is the message. Whatever is installed in us is given to us by our Creator in order to provide us to be a means to acknowledge the Creator of these qualities. Always use it, use them. We have to use them so that we will realize everything, every opportunity is provided to us by our Creator. So, and thus we restored him to his mother. Oh, they accepted the advice of a child. You know, this is the story. It means anything, any means happened, and it is when you save your child from a dangerous position and get your child as a mother, put the child on your breast, embrace the child, what you feel, so that your eye might be gladdened. So it means you will be the happiest person on earth. I remember a story that my wife experienced in hospital. Once I told this story, but if you heard of it, oh, forgive me. And she was in hospital to give a birth to our first child. So first experience. So there was another young lady uh, ready to give a birth, and she was crying. Why? Because, of course, she had some sort of worldview. Then she didn't really trust that everything is provided by God, needs are provided by God, and whatever satisfies the need is also created by God. So that is what a believer's standpoint is. But that person maybe may not be aware of it. She was crying, saying that if I give the birth to a baby, how am I going to look after her? She will cry every here and now and then. You know, every moment, every 2 hours, 3 hours, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would be always busy with the baby, and mother was next to her. Mother was trying to console her, saying, look, just give a birth to her. Don't worry about it. I will take care of it. I will take care of it. That is a real life example. Yeah, it's lived in this world, and my wife experienced it from first hand. So at the end, she gave a birth to the baby. And then the nurses took care of the baby, cleaned it, and wrapped it up in a proper way, and brought the baby to her mother. Her mother took it. And of course, not her mother, I don't know her or his, but let's make it clear. His mother, let's call, I don't know, the baby was a boy. Okay. But a baby's mother took the baby on her breast, and mother's mother came and uh, told her that, okay, leave the baby to me now. She said, no. Why? Oh, it's lovely. She's my baby. Or he is my baby. He didn't give the baby to her mother. Why? Here it is. We restored him to his mother so that her eye might be gladdened. That is the pleasure mother takes when the baby is clean, full, had enough sleep, and then you cannot get the baby out of the mother. They go crazy. Doesn't matter whether they believe in God or not. No, it is not the case. It is not the problem at all. If a person, especially in America, they are very crazy. They are very crazy. I was on a subway, and there was a pushchair, or whatever they call it, a stroller. And there was a very, very small baby, maybe 8 months of something, younger than a year. So, a year old. So I approached them somehow from a distance. I didn't touch anything. Started interacting with the baby. Baby's eyes was following my hand movements, etc. What happened? The mother of the baby became suspicious. She stood up, took the stroller away from me because maybe I was doing some sort of acquaintance with the baby that I'm taking away. I may plan to take it away. So something. I was said, oh God. And of course, mashallah, I said, how God gave the sense of protecting the baby into the heart of the mother. What a miraculous creation, the act of creation. I don't think mother was aware of God, but she is acting according to what God created in her. Although when baby cries at night, it is really not very pleasant to wake up, etc. But still, she doesn't want to lose the baby. Where did you get this sense? Which kind of accidents resulted in this sense? What is the source of this sense? The molecules, the atoms? What is it? Come on, we have to be honest within ourselves. We have to question this. How can you say that the cells develop and they adapt themselves and, I don't know, get the perfect position, produce some substance, and then it goes this way and this way, and when they find the right position, stop there by themselves? Or they are given this quality. As you go to a crowded area, what do? You find your own sense way, not to harm anybody, not to be harmed by anybody else. So do you think that you got this sense by yourself? You are the creator of this sense. All the cells in your body also are like you. But you have the consciousness, they don't. That is the most miraculous side of it. They don't have this consciousness, but they still are created in such a way that to make a perfect harmony with the rest of the world. They have no consciousness, no knowledge, no free will at all. They don't know what the future is going to bring to them. They have no quality. Even human beings have some sort of qualities, but they don't. I missed something again. Excuse me, just a minute. Look, there are some things. There was a hand up before. Oh, Aliyah Khidr says, in the name of God, reflecting the attributes, qualities of the Creator. So when I start Bismillah, I am actually intending to see the qualities of God in what I am driven to do and how I am made to do it. So where is the hand? Let me see the hand. No hand. Please forgive me when I start concentrating on the content of the verses I study. I forgot everything. So I am sorry. Okay, awesome. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. Did you finish the verse 12, the latter part of it? I don't think you clarified that one. When you talked about the we part, basically about all the qualities of the Lord. I think you got ahead of the slides.
Brother Ali, you are muted right now.
Yeah, you can just go by left arrows and move.
So shall I go previous one? The previous one? No. Where are
No,
we?
previous.
very previously.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this one. This
Yes.
one.
So 11, 12. Yes, go. Go ahead with your concern, question, comment, whatever it is.
No, you explained the part of the we, but I want to know what the other part means. They're refusing what is the refusal for? And the family of a house, what does that refer to?
No. Refusing. No, Moses was refusing the nurses other than her mother, his mother. Do you understand? It means he wasn't sucking from any other woman until his real mother came. Do you understand? Biological mother came. Do you understand? No? Yes.
No, but how do you take that to our life?
We have been talking about it. You know, we were. I was talking about the baby doesn't have the food, but drinks only water when he was born. First days and first month, and then slowly, all these gradual developments, teeth start coming, and his stomach, the baby's stomach, is prepared to digest the food. Before it wasn't. They are all arrangements of the Creator. We have to get amazed at all these stages of creation. What is that we can attribute all these qualities, all these things, developments, improvements in the baby, growth of the baby, to what cause in the physical world? Impossible. Everything is taught to the baby, but the baby's hard work according to the will of the Creator. Baby's stomach work according to the will of the Creator. Baby needs certain nourishment according to will of the Creator. The nourishment is prepared in the breast of the mother according to Creator's planning, Creator's act of creation, arrangement, wisdom. They are all the opportunities for us to understand that nothing happens in the world without the will of the Creator executes it. Even we choose now grown up people, still the execution of our choice totally depends on His power to execute it, which is in the language of qada. But the plan of the universe is qadar. But execution of this plan is qada. So plan of the universe is organized by God, and we choose from this planning or planned order of the universe. But qada, which means execution of what we choose, is realized by the Creator of the will's power, the Creator of that result by the power of the Creator. That is what I understood from to refuse the nurses. But when mother came and started feeding the baby started suckling. Understood? Or am I not communicating with you according to your expectations or questions?
I'm following you. Thank you.
So, did I answer your question? Please, we don't have much time. We have to stop soon. Or the question is concerned.
Yes, so the verse says, and we caused him to refuse the nurses. So we understood everything is done by the one who owns the universe, his will, whatever change is happening, whatever my satisfaction, my feelings are all answered by him, right?
Yeah. So we see that baby now doesn't eat orange juice, doesn't drink orange juice in the first days. According to what? Do you think the baby is deciding and executing this choice? Do you think the nature provided this sense? No, it is automatically created by God. by the creator of the universe, the creator of the baby, arranged everything by him. That's what we are asked through these verses by our creator. Hey, be careful when something happens and the baby is like this. Oh, the baby is growing up. He is becoming a toddler now. Look, he's crawling. According to what? The baby knows how to crawl, that the baby's body is growing. According to what? We forget. We said, the baby is now 1 year, 13 months, 14 months, and months old. So he started walking. No, he didn't start walking. He was enabled by the creator with this ability. He doesn't know. He is just receiving it. The baby is just receiving like we do. Do you think when we walk, it is us to walk? Or we are enabled with this quality by our creator? I cannot attribute this quality of walking, simple event, an ordinary event. It seems to be, it's not simple. How many different kinds of muscles are working in harmony with each other, with brain and blood circulation, energy, all of the bones, meat, nervous system. Who's arranging it? Accident happening? No, that is what we caused him to refuse the nurses. We caused, that is the main sabab. وَحَرَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِ الْمَرَاضِعَ. It is amazing. If only we shouldn't read this story as a story. We should read the truth is really transferred to us when we read the stories. Right. Now here, we studied this. So we didn't study. We restored him to his mother so that her eye might be gladdened. We studied that part, and that she might grieve no longer comfort, and that she might know that God's promise always comes true. Come on, we didn't study this, and the time is up. So if there is any other concern, I'm happy to listen to you. And inshallah, God willing, next Wednesday we will start from the second part of verse 13, inshallah, because this is important. لِتَعْلَمَ أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ وَلَكِنْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. So in order that she might know that God's promise always comes true. Of course, we got a general approach. That's what we are establishing, the general approach of the methodology, which studies the story, this methodology, studies the story in order to make it directly related to my, if you like, building up, strengthening up my consciousness of God, my awareness of God. Simple language, my belief in God, becoming stronger and stronger through the evidences given to us in or through these verses, which is presented to us in the form of stories. Of course, story means something to be followed carefully. Okay, thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة السر سورة الفاتحة.